Alright, hello YouTube, and welcome to today's video where I am going to try to get a third ending from Layla's Hangout quest. So right now I am in the change of pace task, and I'm going to try some different dialogue choices to get a different branch. So if you're not sure of how I got here, then make sure that you've watched the first video up until where you get where I chose where you're getting at, because now I'm going to choose why are you so hostile towards Layla and see what happens.
For starters, she doesn't even try to participate with the group at all. It's one thing that she's not willing to help us,
Okay, so
but she doesn't even bother showing up for our discussion meetings. Every time we come to see her, she looks out of sorts and on the verge of a breakdown.
So far it's going in the same direction, so that choice might not have mattered.
It's not like we can't finish our own theses without her, but no one wants to always see her this way.
I know. Sorry.
Okay, well, just because Layla breaks the mold doesn't mean it's a problem.
Whatever, there's no point in starting an argument here. If you think she can justify her behavior, then that's your opinion.
Thanks for standing up for me. I really want to help the others, but most of the time I'm barely scraping by myself. There's very little I can help with.
It's because you don't want others to know about the blessing from the stars.
Yeah, I can't ever tell my classmates about that. I'd be a mess if they ever reported it to my advisor. It's really just a big misunderstanding, and there's nothing I can do about it. Everyone just gives me weird looks and judges me. It's making it really difficult to find friends. It's actually pretty rare for someone to actively engage in a conversation with me, like you do.
I think I understand your situation.
Huh? What do you mean?
Only by improving yourself and no longer relying on an external power can you break out of the vicious cycle. Not quite
Yeah,
the vicious cycle.
That's exactly it. Seems you know just as well as I do. The thing is, I'm terrible under pressure. That's just my nature. Even the thought of everyone's expectations back home is enough to make me feel nervous. And the more nervous I get, the worse things become around me. Take what Munira just said, for example. I don't think I'll be able to get it out of my mind for the entire day. That means I won't be able to relax at all today.
Well, let's still try to find a way to get you to completely relax.
Completely relax? But we're at a cafe. Is this not relaxing enough?
Well, academics are only one part of it.
I know, but... Alright, no more buts. My life is a mess because of the decisions I've made for myself. I should listen to your advice this time. How do I completely relax?
So in the first video, we focused kind of more on her academics. So this time we're kind of trying to go away from that. That will probably give us another. Since you're from the countryside, why don't we leave Sumeru City and go sightseeing?
Sightseeing? That does sound pretty nice. I haven't set foot outside the academia in quite a while. I used to enjoy visiting the rainforest, but it's been a while since I've been there. Maybe a lot has changed.
Probably very
Okay,
little.
why don't we go there and take a look?
Alright, so now going to fresh air. So this is looking optimistically like a new ending, at least for me. Probably should look at the map to see where we're going. Could be a ways off. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, if I record a video and it's a duplicate of an ending I've already made, then I just throw that video out and start over. So you are guaranteed, if you've already seen the other two endings, you're guaranteed to be seeing a new one in this video. And if you're stuck and can't find an ending you're looking for, you just find the video that I in my playlist matches the ending you want. You should be able to find it, hopefully. This is a kind of an out of the way. There are some fun guy out here, so I don't think this will be completely relaxing. There is often at least one route that will require you to complete a trial battle. So it might be this one. We'll have to see.
Even the air here feels more relaxing. I just want to forget about the thesis altogether. I'm just kidding. Knowing me, I'd only be able to forget about it for a little while. This doesn't count as trying to avoid my problems, does it?
State of mind is just as important as efficiency if you want to solve the problems you're facing.
That's quite the legitimate excuse. No, it's more of an explanation. Even I'm starting to get bolder with my words. I grew up in a place like this, looking into the distance now with the breeze in my face makes me feel like a kid again. Oh, those were the happiest days.
What did you usually do as a kid?
I had a bunch of friends back then, and we would go pick wild berries in the woods. No matter what ingredients we found, we would cook them over a fire, and whoever lost one of our games would have to eat all of it.
Oh, that sounds a little intense.
No, it wasn't that bad. It really depended on how lucky you were. Grilled apples and poinsettias are actually quite delicious.
Grilled apples definitely are. I don't know about poinsettias because I've never had one. Well, why don't we go find something to grill as well?
Sure. I haven't done that in ages. Let's go.
What sounds really good right now is grilled
Apples
portobello
and
mushrooms.
zaytun peaches were the most popular fruits back
Grilled
then.
peaches are really good too,
Oh,
especially
and of
with
course,
ice cream.
grilled fish is delicious too. A fish skin releases oils while cooking, which drip into the fire and cause it to burn even brighter.
Some billy trolls over there. It's going for that horror fruit. So I'll get these two. Wait.
But we would always get yelled at by the grown-ups if they caught us sneaking into the river to catch fish. What's the big deal? We just want to swim. That's what we used to say. But now that I think about it, it really was quite dangerous. Thank goodness nothing bad ever happened.
So regulars and apples. There's a lot of fruit here. Okay, so I have to give Layla the ingredients. Okay.
I think found enough now, don't you?
Yeah, we found quite a few. Fresh apples. Oh. Let's give her one of each. See what happens.
Alright, these should be enough. There's nothing like the smell of fresh ingredients. They already smell delicious. I'll be here cleaning the ingredients. Can you please fetch some firewood for us?
No problem. This way, then. More deposits here. Oh. Got some hilly trolls to contend with. Nothing I can't handle.
Pyrotechnics! By royal decree! Scatter! Power core!
Let's dance.
There we go. Saw something pop up. I was wondering, is that a over here? No, Layla's over there. It's just wondering. There's nothing in there, is there? It's probably just a teleporter. Probably didn't need to do this, but anyway. No, let's just finish this. You totally didn't see me mess up all the fungus. Okay.
Fresh food is the best. I feel like I've traveled back in time. We all used to run around in the woods when we were kids. Trees and mud was the world we knew best. It doesn't matter how long I'm away from the forest, I won't ever forget the feeling of running through the trees. Oh, how about you? Can you relate to that feeling? It's almost like not knowing the world will change or ever expecting it to change.
I'm an adventurer after all.
Whatever the case, it's a very warm feeling. In the end, I passed the admissions exam, and the life I had led came to an abrupt end. Later, as I sat in a lecture at the academia, my mind started to wander and I began to think about home. It was then that I realized how long it had been since I went back. I can't go back anymore. And other similar thoughts started to come to mind. I guess I'm still not used to being in the academia yet.
Well, there is a purpose for every stage.
You're right. So we should let go of the past. I suppose this is also part of growing up. But reminiscing about the carefree life of being a kid sure works wonders for the mind.
True.
You start missing those moments once you leave them behind, and that's part of moving forward. From now on, I'd like to cherish every single day of my life, even when it's not the smoothest of rides.
Well, everything will get better.
I'll take the compliment. A little bit of sugar and a good view really go a long way for relaxation. I thought it'd be impossible for me to enjoy something like this. I thought I'd never be able to get my mind off my thesis. But now, I feel like I'm fully enjoying myself. It's really great. So, what are we doing next?
Sometimes you don't need them.
You're right. I've been doing research for so long that I'm used to having a certain routine. A carefree stroll. I like the sound of that.
Okay, that worked out pretty well, I think. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Have a machine that just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. So let's, not that I can't handle that machine, it's just I've already handled so many of them. And handling that machine right now would be kind of the opposite of de-stressing.
Wow. I never knew there was such a large lake here. It's so beautiful. The feeling of cool lake water can wash away all your troubles. Can you wait for a minute? I'd like to wash my face. I think it'd be refreshing.
Well, why don't we just go for a swim?
A swim? I can't remember the last time I went swimming. I might not even know how to anymore.
It's one of those things you know.
Okay. I'll try to swim over there. Wait, no. I'll definitely lose. No. Forget about winning or losing, Layla. It'll be fun either way.
That it?
Wait, we're starting already?
I was gonna say that swimming seems to be a big part. Seems to play a big part in this game. Ever since almost the very beginning. Taking us very dangerously close to the edge of the map. My one hasn't turned me around yet, so that must be a good. We must be doing it right. And it's possible you could have swum faster.
As expected, I lost. How would I be able to beat an adventure at something like this?
You're a great swimmer. You weren't that far behind.
Really? Among my childhood friends, I was considered one of the more athletic ones. But that's just like how I used to think that I had a gift for learning. After coming to Sumeru City, I realized that I only thought that because my hometown is such a small place. On top of that, I'm getting weaker and weaker because I'm barely able to sleep nowadays. There's no way I can bring myself to brag about anything now.
No, you're too modest.
please. You're always encouraging me. I'm starting to feel embarrassed. But swimming again really feels great. Every muscle in my body was engaged. I probably wouldn't have to worry about my thesis if I turned into a fish, don't you think? Uh,
You'd
I'm
have other
just
things to
kidding,
worry
of
about.
course. I'm sure fish have worries of their own. I'm quite content with how things are right now. Let's keep going, shall we?
Keep going, she says. Go to the top of the mountain.
There's a mushroom here. You want to jump on it to see what's up there?
Sure.
I haven't done this in a while. I kinda want to give it a try.
Still kind of bordering right up against the edge of the map. On top of that mountain. Okay, that'll take us a little bit of a way from the dangers of walking off the Why am I hearing R&R music? I would know that music anywhere. I think that's a remix that I've never actually heard before.
We've walked pretty far now, but I barely felt the time passing by. I've been staring at books in my thesis every day. I've forgotten how nice and happy life actually can be.
Well, I said that your life shouldn't completely revolve around your studies.
You're right. No matter how much of a hard time I'm having in academics, I should still find the time to look after myself and fulfill my needs. You really understand more about life than I do.
You like to take the opportunity to release all of your stress?
Release my stress? Oh, I see what you mean. Being at the top of a mountain really does make someone want to yell out loud. But it's a little uncivilized, isn't it?
Well, we're already here, so we should make the best of it.
Alright, I'll give it a try. Just promise not to laugh, okay?
And promise to try not to laugh.
What an amazing day!
Trying not to laugh.
It feels like my entire body is bubbling with excitement after yelling like that. This happiness was so common as a child, but before I knew it, this feeling was buried in the bottom of my heart. It's getting late. Why don't we rest here for a while? I'll tell you some interesting astrology stuff when the stars come out. Oh, but it's alright if you don't want to listen to that kind of stuff. We can also tell jokes about life,
No,
or
we can
talk
chat
about
about
anything
whatever
you're
you like.
interested in. Okay, then I'll tell you more about me. The only reason I ever chose to study astrology is because of how beautiful the stars are at night. That's all. My teacher told me that nature possesses a certain power that grants people an equal amount of kindness and fairness, regardless of the different talents they may possess. And that's why I wanted to call the kind person who's always helping me as the blessing from the stars. The stars in the sky are something that brings happiness to people.
Yeah, they truly are.
Everything about home is filled with purity and passion. My memories of that place are wonderful. I never want to forget them. If I were to ever discard anything so pure, I don't think I'd ever be able to find a place to anchor myself in the vast sea of knowledge. That's why, no matter how tiring or how hard it gets, I won't let my family down. They are already an important part of me.
It's another reason not to lose yourself in the face of pressure.
Yeah, thank goodness you were there to help me out, or I don't know where I would have ended up. We probably still have a while until the stars come out. Only kids sit around like this, waiting for the stars to appear.
And there we go. Moment of respite. Okay. So that will be ending number 3 for me. I will continue this to get the other 3 endings as well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing to this channel and following me on Twitch. Uh, Leave me a comment below if you like. I would be interested to know what you think about my presentation for this Hangout quest. But I will see you in the next